Hey guys, what's up? It's Tony from Mag Monkeys here. Today I will be taking a look at the Sig X FIVE OEM'd by KWC. It's a CO2 powered Sig 226 with a tactical rail. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. I lent this out for somebody to use last weekend, so we're going to go ahead and clean it. So it's a CO2 powered gun, as I mentioned before. Mag contains the CO2. It's a blowback pistol, pretty nice gun. I've had one before this one, really liked it. Ended up getting rid of it for a trade, and I'm very happy to have this one. It does have a functioning safety. It's just kind of stiff at first when you get it, so that's good to know. So you can start by locking the slide back, and then there's this little lever. You'll slide that down, and then the slide will pop right off. Then we kind of get into the lower frame. You got your hammer. You can see the sears kind of moving around in there. You got your safety, and of course your slide catch too. So we'll get into that part in a second. To disassemble the slide, you're going to start off with the spring. And then you're going to loosen this up, taking the outer or the inner barrel off. Then the spring will come out with the spring guide, and then you'll have your outer barrel. So that's kind of a pain, I know, but it is the way you want to do it because you don't want to damage your spring or your spring guide. It's got this little lip here that could easily break, so you just want to be careful and do it the way that I've done it. So just a refresher, you'll push the spring in, take the inner barrel out, let that down, spring and guide rod will come out, and then the outer barrel will be coming out. Without any further ado, we'll go ahead and start cleaning this. So like I said, I've owned this pistol before. I really enjoy it. It's a nice little gun, very snappy and crisp. And because it is CO2 powered, it will work for pretty much the entire year if you're an outdoor player. You know, you'll go out in the winter and this thing will work for you. So that is one benefit of CO2. Disadvantage of CO2, it tends to get things very dirty very quickly. So especially with CO2 guns, I mean, you should be doing this anyways with all of your guns as far as gas blowbacks go, but with CO2 especially, you should be taking it apart every time that you use it, cleaning it, lubing it, and putting it back together. For those of you that are looking for the hop-up, it is located right here. I've actually got it set a little low. There's a little mark right there. There's a little nub. It's very hard to see, but it's right there on the wheel. It kind of marks where it's at for you, so I'll just put it in the middle and call that a done day. Springs, this thing's got two springs. You do want to clean them both, so just gently doing that. It's very important to get those cleaned and ready to rock and roll. But going back to this gun, you know, very reliable gun. I enjoy it very much. I only have 2 mags for it, so I don't usually run this gun myself. If I picked up a 3rd mag, I might run it a little more often. But it is a nice gun. Highly recommend it for anyone. It is kind of a pricier pistol, to be honest, for like a beginner player. It's about $120, I believe, just to step into this gun. And I believe mags are sitting right around the $40 mark. But it is a really nice gun. It will fit directly into the Black Hawk Sportster Serpo holsters, so you can get those on LA Police Gear. They're like 25 bucks. Highly recommend them. Good gun, and good holsters. Moving on, we'll clean this up here. I'm going to get into the hammer too, move that out of your way. And really just kind of wipe everything down. Give it a good going through. You know, you might see it shine in a couple spots. You want to try to get to that as best as you can. But there you have it. So then do the spray lube into the sears. Kind of let it work in. Help it work in a little bit, move things around, get things flowing. You know, make sure things are where they should be and whatnot. So that'll kind of take care of that. Put on the hard lube, or not the hard lube, the non-spray. I actually got this pistol used. It's polished on the inside, which is really nice. So anytime you have that effect, you get that raw steel, the raw metal, you really don't need to use a whole lot of lube. Just a very, very minimal amount will suffice with that. And that happens over wear, over time, or like I said, you can polish it yourself with like a Dremel bit. Just kind of lets things slide and move in the way that they are supposed to, a little bit easier. So reinstalling this, you're going to put the the outer barrel back in first. Before we go any further, I'm going to clean the inside of this barrel out. Once again, CO2 is a very nasty thing, and you can kind of see already getting gunk out of there. So give it a good cleaning. Use like probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 Q-tips usually. It's actually not that bad up front, so that's good. Yeah, it's kind of sitting more towards the back. And that'll happen with any gun, not just a CO2 gun. Getting that gunk in the barrel. You know, you naturally have oil on your fingers. You gotta generally use your fingers to put BBs in, or load your speed loaders or whatnot. So highly, highly recommend that you do this every time you're cleaning. It's a good thing to do. Getting in the chamber too is also awesome. So yeah, then you're going to install your springs back on. You got this little spacer, goes in first, the larger spring, and then the skinnier spring. Spring is going to go in next. You're going to keep it tense and make sure you have everything aligned, which I clearly do not. There we go. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Slide that in. Get everything sitting where it should be. Flap that back in and we're good to go. And then this slides back on. And there you have it. And always make sure you get that reset in. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped those of you that are looking to clean, take apart a SIG 226. Most of the SIGs break down pretty much the same way, and take apart, clean internally the same way. So if you've got a different type of SIG, a WeTech one, a KJW or whatnot, should pretty much be the same type of deal. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys.